Hey guys, today we're going to talk about 3 features I wish Luna had. Let's jump into it. Alright, so we're in Luna here, and I want to go over the 3 features that I wish Luna had. This isn't me making a complaint that, things aren't perfect. This is actually me wanting to actually identify, 1, where the feedback tool is, and 2, making a pitch that maybe if these are features that you would like, you might put them in the feedback as well. I've already submitted these before, but absolutely would love to, push these things along. So let's start that off by first talking about where you can give feedback to the team that works on the Luna application. If we go up to the top right corner, you see there's a feedback, a little button right there. When that opens up, you can then provide feedback. You can say something is a bug, something is a feature request, or just general feedback, maybe not asking for something new, you want something massaged. And then, you put a summary in, description, you can attach files, especially important if it's a bug. It'll auto-attach things about your Luna log files as well as system profiles, so that would give them information about the type of machine you have. Mine's an iMac 2012, maybe you got a MacBook 2016, that kind of a thing. And then your name, and then your email address, and off to the races you go. Let's jump into the 3 features that I would like. First is removing silences. If I have this track here, you see that this is like an ad-lib track. And there's lots of space between, the different shout-out phrases that are said here. I'm a person who likes to really clean up every track and line everything up nicely just to make sure that, I'm getting the top quality of the performances that the artists send to me to mix. And so that means I'm going to go through and delete my silences. All those little breaths, all those little sounds, I want to make sure that they're gone. Well, something I would love is the ability to actually remove all silences really quickly. Having some kind of either keyboard shortcut or selection and like right-click option, something to this effect, where basically it would detect any signal within a clip that is under a specific decibel level. And that would be nice if something you can set yourself, because every track might be a little different in how it's recorded in terms of what a silence and a small breath is compared to an actual vocal. But essentially what would happen is that once it's been detected, it would select all of those areas across your entire track and then delete them, either for you or just have them selected and you could hit the delete button yourself. Regardless of how it's done, the idea is mass find all the quiet sounds and then allow you to delete them all at once, so that way you could, save yourself some time. Number 2, dovetails directly off of this, is a feature that I haven't seen before in other DAWs, or at least I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but at least I haven't seen it, is that to automatically apply fading on deleting with some kind of like a keyboard shortcut. So what I mean is, when you zoom in on a piece like this, right, we select it to delete it, right? By default, it's just going to delete like this. But I'm a big fan that you should always apply fades on everything, right? Just put a fade on the ends of every side. Sometimes, in a silence path like this, it's not really a big deal. But let's grab another track, for instance, and you are cutting breaths, right? So I'm going to go in between these 2 pieces and delete. Now, there may be a little sound, a little bit of something in here that when we're deleting, especially if I was deleting, like, say, a phrase like this, that these audio sounds here are going to have a clipping sound when they cut. Now, I know Luna does do some processing to try and avoid the sound of clipping when you actually do cuts. Behind the scenes, they actually are trying to apply a mini fade in here. However, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes just the way that the audio file sounds, it's going to sound not pleasing to the ear when that cut is made. So you have to apply a fade. And I would love to have a keyboard modifier that either by default or when holding it, whenever I make a deletion and make a deletion like that, it would automatically apply some kind of micro fade on either side, because I do a lot of editing of regions, and that would just save me the time of coming back and adding 2 fades every single time. It would probably cut my work down on editing by half. So that would be a reason why I would like that feature. The third feature is around processing mono signals into stereo. Right now, there are features I've covered in other videos where you can go to track and convert to mono or convert to stereo. Now, you can't use this to convert a mono track into stereo. You can grab two independent mono tracks. So if I were to duplicate this track, grab these two tracks, then I can convert this into one stereo track. But you don't have the ability to take a single mono track and make it into stereo. So what I would like is the ability either to, when you actually hit convert on the stereo track, it would just do the work of add the duplicate and then do the conversion. Or you have the ability to have some other type of way of converting this mono track into stereo so you can apply the stereo work to it. It's just the workarounds take a little bit extra time, and it'd be preferred for something where it was a little bit faster and a little less work. So that way, you save yourself some time. Those are my three features. That is to remove your silences, to convert a mono track into stereo track in a faster way, and as well to apply fades when you're doing your deletions. If you, like any of these features and you would like those features to come into Luna, remember, you can go up to the top right, hit that feedback button, put in that feature request, fill out your description, and feel free to take this video and put it in your feature request for explanation as well. The more people saying the same thing, the more likely we're going to get the same feature in there. As well, if there are features that you would like, feel free to throw them in the comments. I would love to hear them. Maybe some of them exist and I can, do a video on them if they're already out there. As well, if they don't, I would love to hear them because I'd love to support them as well. Anyways, have yourself a good one and peace, y'all. I'm out.